What do you think about when you should plan to come to Thailand? I have totally my own opinion to share with you. If you are interested to know what do I think when you should plan, you shouldn't miss this video. สวัสดีค่ะ It's me Teya Suchira. If you want to know more about Thailand, please make sure to subscribe and hit the bell so you will not miss anything about my country. This video is not reading news that I usually do for you, but this video is going to be a special one that I want to share my opinion about when you should come to travel to Thailand without a quarantine. So if any of you looking forward to get a news and you expect that it's going to be a fact, please don't waste your time. But if you feel like you are my if you feel like I am your sister or part of your family or your good friends, and you feel like you want to hear what I think, just wanted to help you in case some of you are planning to come back to Thailand this year. What do I think about when you should plan to come to Thailand? Please don't miss video. Please don't miss this video. Now I feel like, if I were you, when should I plan to come back to Thailand without a quarantine, all the complicated things to get here. I think it must be the quarter four. Quarter four could be October, November, and December. This is last 3 months that I think could be most possible to come back to Thailand without all the complication. Why? It is because, I'm looking for from now that Thailand is already just starting to get a vaccine, and a vaccine that we got just only so little, just distribute to only 13 provinces in a whole country. And also, even though we are ordering more vaccine to get here, but within this year, they think that is going to be at least to cover for about half of the Thai population, which it means that thinking about tourism, if you are coming back here and Thai people are not ready, it's going to be another discussion that, okay, if you're ready, but Thai people are not ready, so what to do? That's why I'm just a little bit concerned about this, that, you're ready, but Thailand is not ready. That's why it's going to be quite slow, okay? And also, right now, even though a lot of cities, which is a tourist city, they are starting to have more active, and of course, every kind of business which is concerned to the tourism, they are trying to fight. You probably heard about the campaign which is called Open Thailand Safely, which is like a campaign from a lot of the tourism that they just try to do a petition. They are starting to do this petition since the 2nd of March. On that day, on the 2nd of March, a lot of my friends sent me a message, hey, come and sign up, because, if we sign, it means that I could be part of this petition to the Prime Minister and ask for him to consider Thailand reopen the country in 1st of July. But, this is what the tourism business, they're just trying to fight. Let me talk about the tourist famous cities, for example, like Chiang Mai, and also Krabi, and also Pattaya, Phuket, and Koh Samui. You may heard about it. I think 5 cities. The most disaster, let me say that, the most trouble cities from tourism is Phuket. Just because of, almost 100% of Phuket, they just rely on the tourism business. So when we have this kind of bad situation of COVID-19, people in Phuket, they are just kind of, oh my God, I can't imagine it. So they really need a lot of help. So Phuket people, they are just trying to, fight for each other. So they're going to start to do a vaccine, and they expected to get a whole people, not a whole people, just like, at least 70 to 80% of population in Phuket. They want to make sure that people in Phuket will get a vaccine within the end of September, and they would be ready to reopen Phuket within 1st of October. So if it's that through October, it's going to be fourth quarter, as I said. So, talking about Phuket, they have to fight, real fight. And thinking about, if it was a war, this is the last bullet that Phuket has to do the best to get you guys to come back. So I believe that within this year, Phuket have to do anything to get you back here. So to be sure, I think fourth quarter will be sure. And also Chiang Mai. Chiang Mai and Pattaya, we have a lot of the Thai tourists go just because of Chiang Mai is located in the north of Thailand, and the location and also the weather at the end of the year of Chiang Mai is very nice, so a lot of Thai tourists love to go. Unfortunately, last year we had like a second wave of COVID-19. That's why Chiang Mai is also really in a trouble. And right now, the business in Chiang Mai, a lot of the people has to close the tourism business, and some of them, even though they have to carry this business, but they have to open another business along with. For example, like they open a motorbike renting business along with the tourism business. Otherwise, they just can't run the business. And some people, they just do something else. For example, like my friend, she owns a restaurant particularly for foreigner. Right now, she has to look for another business, just killing time and waiting for Thailand to reopen the country. Okay, and also Chonburi or Pattaya also is not very far from not very far from Bangkok. So it's just only 1.5 hours. Or just almost 2 hours to drive, so it's very easy. So they also have like Thai tourist area, for example, like Coral Island, or a lot of beautiful bar and restaurant by the beach. Especially right now, Pattaya and Bang San, and a lot of beaches around there is much nicer. They build some things quite nice to attract a lot of Thai tourists to go back. So it's not too bad. But however, people who just relied on foreigner, they just have to quit their business and go back to their hometown. A few months ago, we have very famous hashtag which is called La Gon Pattaya. La Gon Pattaya, it means goodbye Pattaya. Like, a lot of people has to just leave this city. Some of them work here for a long time, but, they can't wait anymore. So I feel that, if you want to come back to Thailand, if you come back right now, it's good as well. But if you want everything to be like perfect time, no headache, no complicated, I think fourth quarter. And also you may heard about area quarantine or reduce the quarantine. Myself, I am a little bit disagree because, right now, even myself, when I report talking about quarantine, in my mind, I feel like I don't like this word anymore. I learned this word quarantine from when we have COVID-19 in Thailand. In the past time, when I work as a tour guide, I don't know this word at all, quarantine, but right now, I almost say this word every day, quarantine, so I'm sick of this word. I think you guys also feel like you're sick of this word. So I think when they say we reduce the quarantine, I still think that is still not enough because, people are looking forward to come back without a quarantine. Even though three days in rooms and then the rest of that walking in the area, that's why they call area quarantine. I still think that is not enough. However, step by step, just like if you stop smoking, at least you smoke less and then you quit one day, right? Sorry, but I think the quarantine as well, they're just trying to relax a little bit more and more. And if you can wait, please wait, because I still believe that it's going to be much better. And the other days I mentioned to you that on the Monday they're going to have the a meeting about the vaccine passport. I just can't wait to guess first that it's not going to be like the best news. You know why? Just because of I know the personality of Thailand and the people who work in the government. They are really careful, which is good. good and bad at the same time. Good for health, it's safe for the country, but it's bad for the economy. So it's going to be like 50-50 for a doctor and also people who run the business for the country. So I don't think that they're going to just, stop all the quarantine for vaccinate tourists just because of they are just rely on the WHO and everything which is going on in the world. And also when they're once sure about the vaccine is 100% good, Thailand is going to be like, feel more confident. So at the moment, I think they're just waiting for all the result about the vaccine, if it's really work or not. So that's why when they say, quarantine, area quarantine, it means that they're just more compromised and they just let you guys to have more freedom. And however, I think if I were you, if I don't have to rush to come back, let's say that, I would not come back right now. But if you have to come and you really can't wait to come back here, it's still better than the quarantine in the past time that you have to be in a room for almost 2 weeks, and right now it's just only 3 months. Oh, sorry. Right now it's only 3 days, and the rest of that you can just have more freedom walking around the hotel, which is okay. Anyway, so for you guys who feel like you have to come back as quick as possible, but you still do not want to have a quarantine, if you like to take a little risk, you could think about July, just as I mentioned to you before, that the tourism business, they're just trying to fight with a campaign to get you guys to come back on the 1st of July. So if this project, these campaigns really work, because they need to get you back here very soon, and if this one work, you can come back definitely in July. But however, if you look for the news until this month is March, April, May, June. By June, please remember, by June, if you don't hear anything, any plan in Thailand, Thailand probably will be slow again. Why I'm talking about June? Because, in tourism business, they said, when we can see the clear picture in June, at least we need 4 months to sell things in the world. For example, like they have to sell the package of the hotel business or the airline business to get you guys who have to come back, you guys from whole country like Scandinavia or anywhere in the world who want to come to stay here by the end of the year. They have to prepare to just arrange all the package what they're going to sell for 4 months before the country is open. So let's keep eyes on news also, and I don't know, this is only all my opinion, unless it's miracle and Thailand change, government change, and they are more brave, or they get some pressure from too many people around and they change mind, they take a risk. I am very happy if I'm wrong about these things. But for myself, I also like to play safe, and I don't like to make a plan and take a risk. So if I had to travel here, I would rather keep eyes on news until June. Yeah, until June, and probably I would see like what I could do after that. But just in case you already make a booking of everything, things can change, so please don't trust me. I am wrong. Sometimes I'm wrong, and I accept it too. So this is only my opinion. What do you think about it? Do you agree or you disagree? You want to come back this year, or you would rather wait for next year or anything? Please share this opinion with me in this video, because this video is all about what we like to talk. I would love to do live and talking with you, but I still, to be honest, I'm not quite confident with live streaming, but I would love to live with you. Just we can discuss. It's going to be more fun than me talking by myself with this camera. Anyway, I will just make my time and do notifications if I do have live streaming. And if you have any question, you want to know anything, you're more than welcome. Just write a comment with me. For today, this is all about what I want to say today. And if you appreciate it, please give me a thumb up. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you would love to follow to hear about what's going on in Thailand, you want to learn more about Thailand, please make sure to subscribe because I still have many things about my country to share with you. And if you feel like, okay, you appreciate it with information that I have for you today, you feel like you want to support my channel and you want to buy me a coffee, you can have a look in the description how to buy me a coffee. And for today, thank you so much for watching until the end. I'll see you next time very soon. สวัสดีค่ะ